Hello everyone and welcome. My name is Jeff and today we are going to have some fun playing Magic. And the fun thing that we're trying to do today, because War of the Sparks is released, or pre-released at least, because Wizards of the Coast invited me to join in their event. So sponsored, hashtag sponsored Wizards of the Coast. We're playing an Abzan deck here, which is super spicy. Playing a lot of the really fun Abzan creatures that we have, as well as a lot of Planeswalkers in here, because we're trying to use Ajani the Great-Hearted's ability, where you connect to, put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control, and a loyalty counter on each Planeswalker you control. Well, we didn't want to go too crazy with this, so we do just have two Ajanis here, two Pledge of Unities, which is kind of a similar ability. Put a counter on each creature you control, gain life for each creature you control. Good against the more aggro decks. We have Knight of Autumn also, because there's a lot of really intense aggro in the format where we need to have our cast downs, but we also need to just kind of build big and get past them as well. So what we're trying to do is just play all the fun stuff. God Eternal Ketra, God Eternal Bantu, God Eternal Ronus. We're not going to dive into this too much because I am on stream. We're coming to the last couple hours here. In fact, last 2 hours of my 24-hour stream, what we're doing here. And super excited to have done it first off and keep going here. And let's go ahead and jump into the gameplay, so how it goes. The big things that we were looking for here is Evolution Sage to proliferate, putting counters onto a lot of our stuff, a lot of our Planeswalkers. Vivian, I think, is really good to have a lot of flash-in abilities with this. You could almost throw in one Wilderness Reclamation just for the ability there, but I feel like you'd want to have more Vivians for that. So overall, let's go ahead and get into the gameplay, see how it goes, and wish me luck. All right, begins Searzist. Bring it on, Searzist. Yeah, invest whatever you find fun. Like I would say, invest in a certain color, but invest in like color combination, or I don't know. At the same time, you don't really need to have like play sets of stuff if you're really going for fun in this format. I try to, again, this is the reason, the whole purpose of me having a channel, having a stream, is that I'm going to go grab the things that you guys probably can't do, and so I'm going to build the decks you guys probably can't. But I still think it's important to go and have fun where you can. All right, so Vanguard come down. We're going to get to this Storiv. Knight of Autumns are good. I'm interested to see if I ought to be bringing down this Vivian. Not now. All right, no blocks. Pledge of Unity. All right, so Knight of Autumn. Let's put some counters on. No attacks, pass the turn. Next turn we get down the Storiv, which we can bring it back to our hand. So even if we like chump block with this Vanguard here, or the Knight of Autumn and trade off or something like that, we can still get it back with the Storiv pretty easily. This is interesting. All right, so Rona getting a lot of value from the Planeswalkers. So many legendaries. All right, so this is a legendary. Maybe it's Esper even, so they can. Like, I feel like it's weird to play Legends and not play Ruinous Blast, but that's just me. All right, well, we're gonna get down this Storiv. Do we swing in here? I'm fine trading off with pretty much any of these guys. If they block here and here, we only get to trade off with one. Let's wait for the Pledge of Unity. Pass the turn. Next turn we get to, yeah, Pledge of Unity, get some more counters on everything. We probably need one Karn's Bastion in this as well, I just realized, to make sure that we can proliferate whenever we wish to. All right, this is instant speed, so we're going to go to combat. Swing Storiv here. Swing Knight of Autumn forward. And let's go Vanguard here. All right, blocks. Let's go Pledge of Unity, get to kill a couple creatures. Get to do some damage over to Jace as well. Down to 13, we have another Storiv. And I'm actually a big fan of this Pledge of Unity. I think it's a fantastic instant speed. You know, Instant speed do so much damage. Blackblade Reforged. Uh-oh. That's not good. Alright, this is going to be massive. Alright, Knight of Autumn comes down and destroys target artifact, right? Yeah, we're going to do that. Alright, so you attacked Jace. They probably end up saving the Jace, actually, but I kind of wanted to keep going face and put pressure. Okay, they just let it through. They want to keep the Rona so they can play this Liliana. So they do have the land for Liliana. It makes us sacrifice 2 creatures. It would have been nice to get out the Midnight Reaper for this play. Alright, so sack and sack. Sacks their own, draws a card. Nissa. So beautiful. Alright, we get to kill Liliana here with Nissa. Nissa is amazing here. In fact, we just have lethal, right? Wait, don't miss lethal. Go for lethal. Yeah. Nissa is 5 mana. You had 3 power on the battlefield if you need, and 2 extra mana at that point as well. Nissa is literally insane. I wasn't as impressed when I was first reading it, but after seeing it played throughout this whole format, like, Nissa is pretty stinking good. I feel like that was a pretty good one altogether. I mean, opponent was playing some fun jinky stuff there, and I feel like our Abzan deck was doing really well. Knight of Autumn still as good as it ever was, so I think that Knight of Autumn works really well with Proliferate, with, you know, putting pressure towards. It's a fast enough card to put pressure. We're gonna keep this just on the strength of cast down. Like I want to make sure that we have some reaction for our early games, because there is a turn 3 kill in this format now, and turn 4 very consistently kill. And so having cast down to have it as an answer to bring down against some decks is necessary. Now we're gonna get down Woodland Stream. Because it's in Steam Vents, I'm less worried about it being a turn 3 kill. The turn 3 kills are in Jund, and I think it's just Jund, like, right now. All right, so Knight of Autumn, put some counters on. Ordered Ops. We're gonna get to this Nissa, which is so good. The issue with this, though, is we don't have any forests. I was debating how good this is without having the forest, because we lose out on the abilities, but we still get to bring it down, tick it up for a 3/3. And even that alone is still good. And we can go find all the forests in our deck afterwards if we do get to the ultimate. All right, that is a forest. So we are going to play this tapped, swing in for 4. See if they have a response. I feel like they're going to have a response here soon. Let's go. Let's still put on some pressure. So Knight of Autumn. Make them counter this or have something. Better chance of us getting down the Nissa. So put counters on again. Has a shock. Yeah, Nissa and Tamio. Yeah, there's a lot of really good planeswalkers in the format right now. I've been impressed with all of them too. Like, I really don't know which ones I like best. That's probably not completely true. I like a lot of them. All right, now they bring down the Wilderness Reclamation. Probably should have expected that, I guess. Let's try for the Nissa. So I want to untap here, so we have some more mana. We can end up playing the Ajani's Pride Mate, in fact. Or do we just go for damage? I just don't want my one forest to die. All right, we're going to do it. Play Johnny's Pride Mate. And swing in for combat. Down to 12. Next turn we have a lot of damage available. Rouse Outburst. I've been seeing this card a lot. So deal 3 damage to any target. Look at the top 2 cards of your library. Put 1 into your hand and the other into the graveyard. It's pretty good. 3 damage still kills a lot of things, and if you have the mana available to try to get an extra effect from it, it's not bad. I've been seeing people playing this quite a bit. I feel like I would be a little bit worried to be playing more 4 drops when you could be playing other stuff. Man, the lack of sleep has definitely been catching up to me now. All right, so they do destroy our 1 forest, like we were worried about. But we still get a swing in for a lot of damage here. Okay, they kill the Pride Mate. Never mind, we don't. We do not. Lightning Strike. All right, Leonin Vanguard. The more that we let our lands become creatures, the better chance they have of dying. It is unfortunate, but we also want to put on some pressure here. And honestly, Nissa can still do that. And the ultimate here is where it gets pretty good, is even if you do get to the ultimate of Nissa, all of our lands suddenly become indestructible. They are vigilant. All right. So they do kill it here. All right, pass the turn. So if we can get to our Nissa's ultimate, we still are in okay shape. I don't like losing this many lands, though. 1 forest, though, and all of a sudden we have 5 mana again. Growth Spiral. Okay. Digging for answers. We are putting on a lot of pressure. In fact, we have lethal next turn if they don't kill our land again. So we'll see if that happens. These 2 cast downs are feeling really, really sad here now. All right, pass to my turn. Storev. Eek. All right, black mana. Untap. Let's go to combat, swing in. Yeah, we can't do both. We have to try to go for lethal here, though. All right, so they're doing this before combat, so we do get a chance to still respond. So hold control. We're going to play black mana here. Okay, so that resolves. We're so low on lands. This is working really well for them. Play Storev. Resolve. Release full control. Jaya's Greeting gets a scry. Teamer Control is doing its thing. We do get to Ultimate Nissa this next turn. I'm not sure if it's better to just straight up Ultimate now, or do we want to wait till we get to 9? I feel like we give them too many turns to try to find answers for everything else we've been doing. Prince Charming Jr., welcome, welcome, welcome. I can plus without selecting land. I was wanting to go for lethal there if I could. Hellscream, hey, how are you? Welcome. All right, Ral Storm Conduit. I made it to the Twitch stream. Yeah. We've had a lot of people make it today because we've done the 24-hour stream, and it's been so awesome. Everyone, don't forget to follow so you can know when I'm going live again. Would appreciate it. It's a little heart up above. All right, doing damage to our Nissa. Yeah, there is a Ral. It looks like this is the Ral combo. I like that they're focusing more on the Wilderness Reclamation, because I feel like I've seen a couple of Ral combos try to go off, and these don't quite work. I think you need to have the Wilderness Reclamation to just ramp up, try to find your pieces, deal with other people's stuff right now, because they are still down to 7 at this point, but they probably have us. Part of that is because we just really haven't drawn anything. Like, even with us not drawing lands, like, or our lands being destroyed, we haven't found anything to even play. So there is that too. We still have cards that we can play here to win. If they don't have answers, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Is this until it's the end of their turn, right? To your next, the next instant or sorcery spell. All right, Expansion Explosion. They still draw cards because it targets 2 things. I was thinking we can cast it down, but
try my patience.
There's the Pledge of Unity. Well, we can kill Ral. Man, losing all of our lands here has been rough. I think getting rid of the Ral is necessary, though. But with all the cards they just drew, I don't know if there's any way we can come back from here. So,
don't worry, I won't rain on your parade.
I think that we're still going to be passing, or scooping here. Yeah, all right, that's game. I mean, we just did not draw anything good for a long time there. Opponent was definitely getting ahead. We kept losing our lands. We did try to play a lot of stuff. Actually, no, we found quite a bit of action. They just had answers for every bit of our action. And that's how it goes sometimes. Seeing the turn 3 21 damage. So we were talking about that a little bit earlier. So Dreadhorde Butcher, Colossus. So turn 2 Dreadhorde Butcher, turn 3 Colossus, deal damage. So you have to deal damage on turn 2 as well to get a counter onto Dreadhorde Butcher. And then you turn 3 Colossus and Thud, and you end up doing 21 points of damage on turn 3. And it's not including if you had a turn 1 play or anything like that either. So, yeah, man. I like having all of our colors here. Opponent's going first, so we have a couple draws to find this. Meat's not bad. We might just need to use this cast down too. Against Boros. Boros is a really strong color combination right now. Thank you, Carlos, for that. So we are going to cast this down. Actually, I'm going to wait until they try to cast something here. See if they start going off. We might need like Ravenous Chupacabra in this deck too. Alright, so we can't cast down the feathers, so we're going to get the Arcanist while we can. More of those. Yay. Alright, not finding land, pretty rough here. I still feel like this was a decent keep. We have a lot of stuff on turn 3. We have the colors for it. And it's not unreasonable to think that we're going to find a land on top of our deck there. When it's like pretty close to half of our deck. We've already drawn so many cards. Or not so many, but... you know how it goes. You always hope. Alright, Feather pretty broken here. 10th District Legionnaire. We just have to take our damage. This is another one that has a pretty fast win. If the Dreadhorde Arcanist stayed around, it gets pretty dirty here. Reckless Rage. Yep. Yep. I haven't seen the Reckless Rage played that much, but it's good. Heartfire is another card that people that's pretty new that people are using a lot. Alright, I think we just have to cast down here. Take our beats from the Feather. Try to find some sort of answer for it. We don't have as many answers for Legends. And this is where it's difficult. Like we probably ought to be running Mortifies instead of cast downs. But then it's more expensive, and the format is getting 1 more aggressive and 2 more control-y in kind of different ways. I'm really interested to see how the meta actually turns up. I think that this deck here, or versions of this deck, is going to be one of the top decks. Because I think that this deck actually still beats the Dreadhorde Arcanist deck consistently. And the Butcher deck. So the Dreadhorde Butcher deck. Are we just dead for what they have here? They don't quite have us yet. Let's just Knight of Autumn, gain some life. I think we might be dead here, though. Alright, gets to play it again, yeah. So, Defiant Strike really good, where it lets you draw a card with Feather, and you keep cycling it back and back. So you get to draw many cards and get the card back. So good. Yep, get Samus's Sprint. Reckless Rage here is really good to just kill our guy. You can do that every turn. Down to 5. And again, we're being hard pressed to actually have answers here. The life gain is nice. We have Ronus, which is good, but we don't have Reach. Vivian gives Reach. So Knight of Autumn gains some life. We take a lot again. I think that we know that they have Reckless Rage to just deal something. Kill a creature. Alright, so Knight of Autumn, gain life. I don't think this lets us just be straight dead. We will swing in here, though. Vivian's Reach is helpful. At the same time, they have Samus's Sprint. If they have any other creatures they draw into here, so good. Yeah, and they're fine firing these off as much as they want. Beginning of the next end step. So he did do it at the end step. So that is one issue with the Feather, is it's the beginning of the next end step. So if you start doing it at the end step, it doesn't work. You have to do it before end step. Very important. So he actually might have given us a shot here. The Arcanist comes down. All these cards are in exile as well. They're in exile, not in the graveyard. So the Arcanist doesn't do much for him there. I'd love to get Vivian into a flashed Ronus here to try to get rid of this guy. Not sure if we're going to be able to do that, though. We know that they just have removal. So let's go for Ronus. Swing him with 1 Knight of Autumn for 4. I think that Aristocrats might be necessary against these kinds of decks just to slow them down enough. You have to be really controlling. I don't know. The New Gods, I think Bantu is the best at the moment just because it's in the colors that are working the best for it. I feel like Kefnet is going to be around in meta at some point here. All right, swing in for 4. Darth Rudyard, Redyard, thank you so much. Appreciate it. Always appreciate the follows. And the sun is coming up. Oh my goodness. I made it through the stream. We have almost a little more than an hour left for 24 hours. I've taken like 2 20-minute breaks and a couple more 5-minute breaks, or actually like 2-minute breaks. We've done a lot. It's been awesome. They get a scry a lot with all these things too. I'm not as big a fan of the Sheltering Light as I am of just like going for the combo key here. I think that Pledge of Unity is a really good card. Reckless Rage is good. But I feel like they would have killed us a long time ago if they had a little bit more aggressive plays here. Again, this all comes down to what the meta is actually going to look like. Funk B, thank you so much. Appreciate it. What a champ. Yeah, thank you so much. I'm good at staying awake and playing video games. Better believe it. Oh. And someone's going to join us here as well. Just to say hi. Alright. He's got to go eat before too long, but this guy will come and join us for a moment. You just wake up. He's so cuddly and happy. Oh, happy. More calm when he's just waiting. All right. We are going to block here. I had to take out the headphones because he always plays with my headphones here. Yeah, we did. So that I wanted to showcase these decks. Like I'm letting them play out for the most part. Not the Rao one because it takes a little bit longer. But because I think that you guys want to see these things. So, all right. Last game for the video here. I'm still doing this stream, but last game for YouTube. I feel like this deck needs a little bit more early game interaction. I was trying for the Ajani's Pridemate to see if we can get more counters and try to go for more proliferate ability, but I think that we need to have more removal. I think Mortifies are necessary to come in. Maybe Assassin's Trophy isn't bad in this format right now. It's fast enough that it might be needed to be faster here. We keep holding 2 lands and a cast down. And synergy, but not necessarily what we're looking for. We're gonna mulligan a little more aggressively this time. We have Pridemate turn 2. Looking for land. Sorin is good with the Johnny's Pridemate. It's really good with the Johnny's Pridemate. Alright, so go Pridemate. I love its little meow. Dread Horde Invasion. Yep. Our Evolution Sage, swing in. We're really hoping for land here. Land would be amazing. Knight of Autumn isn't bad either. Just to destroy this. All right, there's land. All right. Pay 2 life. We get to, yeah. Submit 0. There we go. All right. Sorin. Tick up. So these guys do have lifelink now. We're going to say... The cool thing is that we can bring back Pridemate over and over again, so we can actually trade off pretty favorably now, or their Evolution Sage with Sorin. So we're going to say no attacks this time, though. We have Cast Down, we have Nissa that we want to get to. We have counters on stuff, so we want to use that with Evolution Sage. We kind of have to tick up to get the counter onto Pridemate. And so now proliferating is pretty good. All right, so yeah, this is what we do. Tick up. Gain some life. Proliferate. Submit both of those, yes. Play Nissa. Opponent's stuck on 2 lands, which is very helpful. Yeah, opponent scoops it up. We'd like to be able to play the Cast Down, but we didn't have a forest with black mana. We didn't have the Overgrown Tomb, I think is what it's called. Thanks so much for the follow, Crimson Soul. Appreciate it. All right, that was the last game, and I feel like that was a little bit better. Showcase a bit more of the deck. But I don't want to go too long into this video because I do need to get it up this morning. So thanks so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks so much, and bye-bye.